Batman Arkham Knight is a game obsessed with fear. On the surface, it's about Batman's, his fear of loss, his fear of losing control, his fear of becoming the very evil he spent his life fighting. But beneath that, Arkham Knight is quietly doing something far more interesting. It's using Batman's fears to expose the Joker's, because by the end of the game, the Joker isn't just haunting Batman's mind, he's being forced to confront something he spent his entire existence avoiding, the possibility that none of this mattered. This video isn't just about why Batman refuses to cross the line, it's about why the Joker needs him to, and how Arkham Knight turns fear itself into the final battleground between them. And by the end of Arkham Knight, when the Joker is forced to confront his own fear, we realize something unsettling. Batman and Joker aren't opposites. They're reflections. Batman is often portrayed as a loner by choice, a man who works best in isolation, but that's not entirely true. Batman doesn't avoid people because he doesn't want connection, he avoids them because he's terrified of what connection costs. One of Batman's deepest fears is re-entering a family, because family means attachment, and attachment means vulnerability. If Bruce Wayne allows himself to care again, to truly form bonds, he risks reliving the same trauma that created Batman in the first place. The murder of his parents didn't just define his mission, it taught him a brutal lesson. Everyone you love can be taken from you. This fear shows up repeatedly across Batman media. It's exaggerated for comedy in the Lego Batman movie, but the core idea remains the same. Batman pushes people away because losing them would destroy him.
Don't you think it's time you finally faced your greatest fear?
Snakes?
No.
Clowns?
No.
Snake clowns?
Bruce, listen. Your greatest fear is being a part of a family again.
Even when Batman does allow others in his orbit, Robin, Batgirl, the Justice League, he keeps them at arm's length. Because if he loses them, he doesn't just lose people, he loses control. And control is the only thing keeping Batman functional. But Batman's fear of loss isn't his greatest fear. His greatest fear is what loss might turn him into. Batman is painfully aware that he walks a razor's edge. His methods are already brutal, his obsession already borders on unhealthy. And deep down, he knows the line separating him from his enemies is frighteningly thin. Even the villains recognize this. In Batman Arkham Origins, Penguin outright says that Batman's only difference from the criminals he hurts is his code.
Now hold on. Hold on a bloody minute. I seen your act. I ain't done nothing you not done.
This is why Batman refuses to kill. Not because killing is inefficient, not because it wouldn't solve problems, but because Batman doesn't trust himself. He believes that if he ever allows himself to cross that line, to take a life, he won't stop. Without it, Batman isn't a hero, he's just another monster with better branding.
You don't understand. I don't think you've ever understood.
What? What, your moral code just won't allow for that? It's too hard to cross that line?
No! God almighty, no! It'd be too damned easy. All I've ever wanted to do is kill him. A day doesn't go by when I don't think about subjecting him to every horrendous torture he's dealt out to others, and then end him.
Aw, so you do think about me.
But if I do that, if I allow myself to go down into that place, I'll never come back.
This fear of moral collapse is what the Joker constantly exploits, because the Joker doesn't want to kill Batman, he wants Batman to prove him right. And here's the key point. Batman's fear isn't unique, it's the greatest fear of most heroes. Superman is the perfect example. He's often treated as incorruptible, the moral North Star of the DC universe. But Injustice shows us how fragile that idea really is. All it takes is one bad day, one calculated push from the Joker, one moment of grief, and Superman becomes something unrecognizable. A tyrant, a murderer, someone willing to execute a child, Shazam, without hesitation. What's even more chilling is what happens after. When the real Superman defeats his Injustice counterpart, he's so shaken by the realization that he could become that monster that he installs a kill switch inside his own body.
After much discussion with his fellow Justice Leaguers, Superman ingested a remote-release kryptonite capsule. At any sign of instability, the kryptonite would permeate his body, killing him.
Even Superman doesn't trust himself, and that's the Joker's true power. He doesn't need strength. He doesn't need order, he just needs to push people far enough that they abandon who they believe they are, which brings us to the Joker himself. At first glance, The Joker seems fearless. He's nihilistic, sadistic, completely unbothered by death.
We can piece together just a small number of their crimes, including but not limited to murdering a sick child, then giving her father a laughing gas pill to end his own life in the most painful way possible, trading out holy water for hydrofluoric acid at a baptism.
I owe Gotham Church an apology for that incident with the hydrochloric holy water.
Cannibalism and forcing others into cannibalism.
So what could someone like that possibly fear? Batman Arkham Knight gives us the answer. The Joker is terrified of being forgotten, terrified of dying without a legacy, of the world moving on as if he never mattered. This is why the ending of Arkham Knight is so important. When Batman is injected with fear toxin, the first dose forces him to confront his fear, becoming the Joker.
This may be my finest work yet.
Please listen to me. After all the good you've done for the city, think about what you're doing. Sir, I'm begging you. Master Bruce, Batman, you have to listen. Think of your family, Bruce. Your father, what would he say if he saw you like this? Please, please stop this rampage.
Oh, Alfred, sweet, loyal Alfred. Master Bruce is gone. But don't you worry, your new master's coming home.
But the second dose is different, because Batman isn't in control anymore. The Joker is. And when the Joker takes over, we finally see what truly terrifies him.
Harley? You call this a wake? Where is everybody? Oh, forgot to send the invites, didn't you?
In Gotham with me, Vicky Vale.
And me, Glenn Woodburn.
So, Glenn, today marks the 1-year anniversary of the Joker's death. Any thoughts on the occasion?
Sorry, who?
The Joker, you remember?
The question mark guy. He's dead?
No, not him.
Sorry, Vic, you gotta help me out.
You know what? It doesn't matter. Let's forget about him and move on.
Yes, let's forget about him and move on.
In other news, a museum dedicated to Batman and his arch-nemesis, the Penguin, opened on Bleak Island today.
Oh, you think that's scary, Bats? When I get out of here, I'll write my name in blood on every street corner. I'll carve it on every corpse. I'll... No one's forgetting me!
As Batman's mind starts to reject him, as other villains take center stage, the Joker becomes erratic, desperate, almost pathetic. Because if Batman doesn't remember him, if the world doesn't remember him, then everything he did was meaningless. That's why Joker wants Batman to kill him. Because if Batman breaks his rule, the Joker wins. The Joker dies, but the damage lasts forever. That's immortality. Batman Arkham Knight has its flaws. The Joker blood subplot is underdeveloped, the Arkham Knight reveal lacks subtlety, but Rocksteady understood one thing perfectly. The Joker doesn't fear death, he fears irrelevance. By bringing him back psychologically, instead of resurrecting him physically, the game preserves the weight of his death while still pushing his character further than ever before. Because in the end, if the Joker is forgotten, if his actions leave no lasting impact, then he's nothing. And that fear, the fear of meaningless, is the one thing the Joker can't laugh away. And that's all I really wanted to say about Joker and Batman Arkham Knight. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is Zach, not Zach, signing off. Please remember to like, favorite, and subscribe.